Most drivers panic the moment the check engine light comes on, assuming something major has failed and mentally preparing for a bill in the hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. But the surprising truth is that most of these issues aren't caused by broken parts at all. They happen because the car is confused by bad data. And here's what no garage wants you to know. With just a few simple reset steps, you can clear many minor faults, make the engine run smoothly again, and even improve shifting without replacing a single bolt. If you want to eliminate 90% of common issues before spending money, this is the trick you need. Take 3 seconds to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the latest videos. Step 1. Reset with an OBD2 scanner. If you want a cheap, fast solution for handling a check engine light, an OBD2 scanner is the best tool you can buy. For just $15, $20, you get a device that reads and clears codes just like a mechanic. All you do is plug the OBD2 scanner into the port under the steering wheel, open the app, and scan for codes. Light issues like intermittent misfires, weak oxygen sensor signals, a loose gas cap, or bad fuel can all be cleared instantly, and your car runs smoothly again without a shop visit. The best part of an OBD2 tool isn't even the code clearing, it's the live data. You can see how the car is running in real time, whether fuel trims are off, whether the oxygen sensors are responding slowly, and whether the coolant temperature looks normal. These numbers are like the heartbeat of your car, letting you know immediately whether a reset actually fixed the issue. If the error stays gone, it was just noise. If it comes back, then you know it's a real fault that needs attention. With an OBD2 scanner, you avoid replacing the wrong sensor, avoid scare tactics, and avoid unnecessary repairs. This tiny device can save you hundreds, even thousands of dollars every year. For any driver, it's worth every penny to stay in control of your car instead of relying 100% on whatever a garage tells you. 2. Full system reset. A full system reset is the heavy-duty fix for cars with severe electronic confusion, harsh shifting, limp mode, sluggish throttle response, flickering warning lights, all the issues that keep coming back no matter how many sensors you replace. The reason is simple. Modules like the ECU, PCM, and TCM sometimes freeze, store corrupted data, or fall out of sync. Replacing parts doesn't solve the problem because the fault is inside the memory. A full reset wipes all the junk data and gives the car a fresh brain. The process isn't as complicated as it sounds. First, disconnect the battery to cut power completely. Then, remove the PCM and TCM fuses to drain any leftover electricity in the main modules. Wait about 30 minutes so the circuits fully discharge, then install everything back. When the car is powered on again, the ECU and TCM restart from a true clean slate, no longer stuck on wrong parameters. Many cars stuck in limp mode or shifting harshly go back to driving like new after this exact procedure. But the most important part of a full reset is the idle relearn. After a reset, the car no longer remembers its correct idle settings. You need to let it run for 5 minutes with AC off, then 5 minutes with AC on. Finally, drive gently for a few miles so the transmission can relearn its shift points. If you skip this step, the car may shake, stumble, or stall at stops. When done correctly, you'll be shocked at how quickly the car becomes smooth and responsive again, all without replacing a single component. 3. Reset by disconnecting the battery. A battery disconnect reset is a simple trick, but powerful enough that many garages don't want customers to know about it. When you remove the negative terminal, the car's entire electronic system loses power, forcing modules like the ECU, TCM, BCM, and others to reboot from scratch instead of relying on old data. This is extremely useful when the car throws random errors, shifts harshly, or idles unevenly after sensor replacements, or after a weak battery causes electrical glitches. Many faults aren't actual failures. They're just the ECU remembering bad data. The proper method is very simple. Turn the key off, remove the negative terminal, and press the brake pedal for about 30 seconds to drain remaining power from the system. Wait 5 to 10 minutes for everything to fully shut down, then reconnect the terminal. When power is restored, the ECU restarts in a clean state, clearing old learned values, bad fuel trims, and temporary offsets caused by a weak battery or sensor misreads. Many cars run like new a few minutes later because all the outdated data has been wiped. One thing to note, after a reset, you may lose small settings like the clock, radio presets, or a few personal preferences. That's a tiny price compared to paying hundreds for a dealership diagnostic. Most importantly, let the engine run for a few minutes afterward, so the ECU and transmission can relearn their normal operating patterns. 4. Reset by pulling fuses. Pull fuse reset is the targeted version of disconnecting the battery. If you don't want to reset the entire car and only need to fix one malfunctioning module, like the ECU throwing odd codes, the TCM causing erratic shifts, or the infotainment screen freezing, pulling the correct fuse is the fastest solution. Instead of cutting power to the whole system, you only shut down the specific module causing trouble. Once that module loses power for a few minutes and restarts, it clears temporary data, exits its frozen state, and returns to normal operation. Many Nissan, Toyota, and GM vehicles heal instantly after resetting the TCM or ECM fuses. The process is easy and doesn't require mechanical skill. Open the fuse box and find the correct label: ECU, PCM, TCM, BCM, or audio chach infotainment, depending on which system you want to reset. Use tweezers to pull the fuse. Wait about 10 minutes for the capacitors inside the module to fully discharge, then reinstall it. When you turn the key back on, that module boots up in a clean state. Examples. After a transmission service, if shifts still feel harsh, pulling the TCM fuse forces it to relearn from scratch. If the infotainment screen freezes on the logo, pulling the audio chach radio fuse usually fixes it immediately. The biggest advantage of this method is that it doesn't affect the entire vehicle. You don't lose radio presets, clock settings, or other system configurations. It's an extremely useful solution when you want to target only the problem area without touching anything else. Every car owner should know this. It saves time, costs nothing, and eliminates countless minor issues that garages often use as excuses to charge inspection fees or recommend unnecessary sensor replacements. If this trick has ever helped you, drop a comment with the number 1. 5. The pedal dance, throttle and transmission relearn. Most people don't realize that throttle response and shift behavior are entirely based on the data your ECU has learned from your driving habits. If the car starts feeling sluggish, delayed, or slightly jerky between gears, the ECU and TCM may simply be holding on to outdated parameters. This is where the pedal dance, a simple sequence using only the accelerator pedal, becomes incredibly effective. Despite the funny name, it's a real reset procedure used successfully on Toyota, Nissan, GM, and BMW models. The process is not complicated. Turn the key to the on position, engine off, press and release the accelerator in a specific pattern, hold it for a few seconds, then restart the engine. When done correctly, the ECU enters throttle relearn mode, clears old fuel trims, and forces the transmission to relearn proper shift points. The difference is noticeable almost immediately. The throttle becomes sharper, RPM climbs smoothly, and the car no longer hesitates before picking up speed. For vehicles that recently had throttle body cleaning or sensor replacement, the pedal dance helps stabilize idle RPM and prevent surging at stoplights. Many people skip this trick because they assume throttle or shift issues always require a scan tool or trip to the garage. But the truth is that most drivability problems aren't caused by faulty parts. They come from bad or outdated data. The The pedal dance simply forces the car to erase those wrong parameters and start fresh. 6. Idle relearn. Idle relearn is a step many people skip, yet it directly determines whether the car runs smoothly after any reset or battery replacement. When you disconnect the battery, pull fuses, or perform a pedal dance, the ECU loses all its stored idle data. That means the car no longer knows what its normal breathing rhythm is. The result? Fluctuating RPM, slight engine vibration at stoplights, the AC causing the engine to stumble, or even stalling. These symptoms look like major mechanical issues, but most of the time it's simply because the ECU hasn't relearned yet. Idle relearn teaches the engine how much air, fuel, and throttle angle it needs to maintain a proper idle. The process is simple. Let the engine run for 5 minutes with AC off so it can learn the base idle, then another 5 minutes with AC on so the ECU can record the load caused by the air conditioning system. This step is extremely important because it allows the ECU to rebuild a completely fresh dataset, which stabilizes RPM and reduces vibration when stopped. For cars that recently had the throttle body cleaned or the MAF sensor replaced, idle relearn also helps eliminate high idle after cold starts. People often mistakenly believe idle relearn is only for newer cars. The truth is, any vehicle with an electronic throttle body requires this process. Skipping it won't stop the car from running, but it will run annoyingly. Unstable idle can cause the transmission to shift too early or too late, the AC load to drag the engine down, and overall low gear torque to feel weaker. Just 10 minutes of idle relearn can make the engine smoother, improve throttle response, and ensure all previous resets work at their full effectiveness. 7. Power window reset. Power window issues seem small, but are incredibly annoying. The window drops halfway on its own, auto up-down stops working, or the window moves in jerky steps. The surprising part is that most of these problems have nothing to do with the motor or switch. They happen when the system loses its position memory after a battery change or a power loss, or when the window hits an obstruction and the controller activates its safety mode. When the system no longer knows the upper and lower limits of window travel, every auto function becomes confused, making many drivers assume they need a new motor or switch assembly. In reality, a power window reset is one of the easiest fixes. Simply turn the key to on, lower the window all the way down, and hold the switch for about 5 seconds. Then raise the window all the way up and hold it again for 5 seconds. This teaches the control module the full travel range, from the lowest point to the highest, and clears incorrect data stored earlier. In most cases, just one proper reset brings auto mode back instantly, eliminating random drops or incorrect responses. What confuses many people is that a garage might misdiagnose the issue, recommending a new motor or window switch without even checking for a reset first. In reality, 90% of power window problems are fixed by this simple procedure. If the window still acts up after a reset, then it's worth checking the motor, the anti-pinch sensor, or the window tracks. But most of the time, the reset is all you need. This is a perfect example of how many issues that seem complicated are really just the car forgetting its data, and it's something you can fix yourself in a few minutes without spending a single dollar. 8. Sensor errors and outdated data. Most drivers assume that whenever the check engine light comes on, something must be broken. But the truth is that many errors come from sensors reading incorrectly, responding too slowly, or being overwhelmed by old data. Modern vehicles rely entirely on electronic signals. A misreading MAF causes sluggish acceleration, a slow oxygen sensor wastes fuel, and an inaccurate coolant temp sensor leads the ECU to calculate the wrong fuel mixture. What's important is that these problems aren't mechanical failures. They're simply wrong information stuck in the ECU's memory. When the data no longer matches reality, the car starts behaving oddly. What confuses most people is that temporary sensor glitches often cause the ECU to make bad decisions. bad fuel, rough roads shaking a connector, or a weak battery causing voltage drops. All of these can lead the ECU to store incorrect data. When the ECU continues operating based on this old data, you'll see symptoms like unstable idle, slow acceleration, harsh shifts, or multiple warning lights. And this is why resets work so well. They clear the temporary data and force the ECU to read fresh, accurate information from the sensors. The key is this. Many garages replace sensors immediately without trying a simple reset first. Even though 50-70% of sensor issues are just noise, not real failures. If all the ECU needs is a reset to read correct data again, the car runs normally, and you've just saved a few $100s. That's why a reset should always be the first step before replacing any part. 9. Additional resets: TPMS, HVAC, SAS, transmission, infotainment. Beyond major resets like the ECU and TCM, there are several small but powerful resets that fix countless minor issues, the kind garages often charge diagnostic fees for. TPMS. Many cars only need proper tire pressure and a long press of the TPMS reset button for a few seconds. The warning light disappears instantly. But since many owners don't know this, they bring the car to a shop and end up paying for unnecessary sensor replacements. HVAC. Sometimes the climate system gets stuck in heating/cooling mode, or the air vents won't switch direction. Holding recirculate and rear defrost for about 10 seconds triggers an automatic recalibration that resets all blend doors to their correct positions. Steering angle sensor SAS. A misaligned SAS triggers the ESP light and makes the steering feel strange. Most people think they need a new sensor. In reality, simply turning the wheel full left, full right, and then back to center and driving straight for a short distance allows the sensor to relearn itself. Transmission memory reset. Many cars allow TCM reset by turning the key to on, holding the gas pedal for 10 seconds, then turning the key off. This clears old shift learning data, making shifts smoother if the car was previously driven under heavy load or had recent throttle body cleaning. Infotainment, radio, jar screen, frozen screen, lag, or Bluetooth issues are usually software glitches, not hardware failures. Going to Settings, System, Factory Reset fixes most problems instantly. Instead of replacing the screen or a control module, this simple reset can save you hundreds of dollars. Overall, these additional resets not only fix annoying small issues, but also give you control, preventing you from relying on garages for minor problems that happen every day. Understanding and using these reset tricks not only makes your car run smoother, but also saves you money on repairs you never needed. Most small issues in modern cars come from incorrect data, not broken parts. Just a few minutes of DIY resetting puts you in control and can save you hundreds, even thousands every year. If this video helped you, hit subscribe so we can reach 30,000 subscribers.